Today, we are bringing you to the art of bread and pastry, giving you a glimpse of what makes this field of TVL as sweet as sugar. We learn not only how to cook, but also how to prepare and serve the art we make with love. As future chefs, our students are taught to always put their heart into the crafts they do. They make sure this appeals to the senses of their target consumers, not merely the taste buds. Join us as we show how love and creativity complete the art of assembling sliced and layered cake.
Hello everyone, I am Teacher Lourdes and I believe there's nothing better than enjoying a slice of cake with a cup of tea or coffee any time of the day. So, hope that this day will treat you as sweet as desserts because we'll show you the steps on how to assemble sliced and layered cake. We can do the process if we have nothing to use. So, we have to prepare and assemble all the tools and equipments needed. So, I have here spatula, bread knife, turntable, and pastry brush. And of course, we have cake and filling. The term for this is mise en place, a French word that means putting place in order before we begin. After putting our tools and equipments in their place, now let's move on to the second step. Our next step is to prepare the ingredients and note the proper temperature. In this stage, we have to cool cake layers completely before assembling and icing it. We have chocolate moist cake as our sample and chocolate ganache as our filling. They are all set and correct temperature. But don't forget that aside from setting the icing and filling at the correct temperature, it should be spread out. In making sure that the cake is an even, flat top before we proceed to assembling. Trimming the layers is an important step that has to be taken. This third step requires us to remove the ragged edges of the cake. The excessively large bump may have to be cut off. Remove whatever looks awkwardly disturbing. Right after the trimming of layers, it is time to use the magic of pastry brush. This fourth step requires us to brush all the crumbs from cakes. This is because loose crumbs make the icing difficult to apply, which is why we need to keep the brush an effective way to remove these crumbs. For the fifth step, this is the time to place the bottom layer upside down. This will give you the flat surface for your filling. Here you will need the cardboard with the same diameter as your cake. Now, place your cake at the center of the cake turntable. You may also use serving plate instead of cake circles or turntable, with slip sheets of wax under the edges of cake to keep the plate clean. You've already done with the upside down step from the previous phase, but we're not done yet. Let's take a sixth step, the spreading of filling. First, we have to spread the filling on the bottom layer, then out to the edges of the cake. Spreading sounds fun, but If the filling is different from the outside frosting, you better be careful not to spread the filling.
Afraid of not doing it right? One way to avoid spilling the filling over the edge is to pipe a roll of the icing used for the cake sides around the edge of the cake layers to form a barriers to hold filling inside. Note that applying too heavy filling will hose out when the top layer is put in place. So, make sure to use the proper amount of filling. Filling, turning upside down. Yes, we're getting closer to the exciting part. But before that, let's take the 7th step. Now, we have to put the top layer of the cake on the bottom layer, right side up, like this. Waiting for the exciting part? Worry no more, because we're taking the 8th step. In this part, we're going to ice the cake.
If a thin or light icing is used, pour or spread the icing into the center of the cake. Then, spread it into the edges, down the side with a spatula.
It will be necessary to spread the sides first. Last but not the least, we have to place the good quantity of icing at the center of the top and push it to the edges with a spatula. Nothing is really more fulfilling than being able to arrive at the product, crafted out of love. This is how we make the cake more pleasing to the senses, not only the taste buds. For others, it may seem just a piece of cake, but it takes the passion to truly master the steps in art, assembling, layer, and slice cake. Once again, this is Teacher Lourdes, and I hope that you've noted down all the steps and procedures I have shared with you. Here, in the field of bread and pastry, we make the world a better place, and sometimes all you need is love and the best cake.
Thank you.